Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the announcement of the COVID-19 challenge proof of concept winners and finalists. We will begin with remarks from Chief Innovation Officer Mark Dowd, and welcome everyone. Mark?
Hey, good morning. This is Mark Dowd. I'm Chief Innovation Officer for MTA. It's an honor to be here today. As devastating as COVID has been to the entire nation of MTA, it became very clear to us that this is not just a public health crisis, but a transportation crisis. And as such, it presented an opportunity for us to move quickly in search of solutions that could mitigate some of the challenges associated with the virus. We knew we had to work with the innovators that are both inside of our agency and to tap those that are outside our agency to bring in new ideas and new ways of doing things to try to address the consequences of the disease. I want to thank our partners at the Transit Tech Lab and the Partnership for New York for immediately stepping up and helping us to identify and bring in tech talent throughout the region. They seamlessly facilitated all of this that you're going to see today and really brought in some incredible companies from a range of sectors. I also wanted to thank all the companies that made it through the process that are going to present to you today, their potential proofs of concept. We've never found ourselves as an authority facing such an immense challenge. And there's never been a moment as ripe as this for the dynamic partnerships between public authority like ours and the innovative technology companies like they are. The work is just beginning. I'm eager to see it through. And with that, let's go to the companies. I'll be available after the presentations for questions. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you, Mark. We'll next be presented with some remarks by Rachel Hout, Executive Director of the Transit Innovation Partnership. Rachel?
Thank you, Natalia, and thank you so much, Mark. It's an honor to be here with you remotely. The Transit Innovation Partnership is a public-private initiative of the Partnership for New York City and the MTA with the mission to make New York the global leader in public transit. We launched, in response to Governor Cuomo's call for private sector innovation to modernize public transit, a goal that is more important than ever in the midst of the COVID pandemic. One of our tools for modernization is that together with the MTA, we run the Transit Tech Lab. And I should note that Natalia Quintero, who's doing a great job of emceeing this morning, is the director of the Transit Tech Lab, an accelerator that allows transit agencies to rapidly test new approaches to solve their highest priority challenges. Before the COVID pandemic, our transit agency partners collectively moved more than 3 billion people per year and employed 100,000 employees. This spring and summer, we worked with our partners, including Mark Dowd, Robert Galvin, Lukman Faisal, and Sean Fitzpatrick, who are here today, to rapidly put out a strategic call for innovations to help make transit safer and more responsive in the midst of the pandemic. The results are the companies being announced today as finalists, who will demonstrate their cutting-edge technologies themselves. These companies were selected from nearly 200 applicants and are now in the midst of an 8-week proof of concept to evaluate the efficacy of their tools. If successful, they may be chosen for a year-long pilot to deploy their technology at scale. Of course, none of this would be possible without the relentless commitment to innovation and improvement of all of our transit agency partners and the ingenuity and creativity of the companies that they selected to work with. Transit is critical to the future of New York City, and we're grateful for the opportunity to work with our government and tech partners to help make it safer and healthier to move around the region. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rachel. We'll now hear from some of our public transit agency partners, starting with the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey's Chief Technology Officer, Rob Galvin.
Thanks very much. Let me just say good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. And it's a pleasure again to once again work with the Transit Tech Lab and the Partnership for New York City. I want to say thank you to the innovative technologists who came forward and met the challenge that was put before them. COVID-19 has been devastating to all of us in the region and prevents some very unique situations that we must deal with in the face of declining revenues. And they met and rose to the challenge. And I want to say congratulations to those innovators who came forward with innovative solutions and gave us the opportunity to pilot for the next 8 weeks and potentially move on to the third stage, a year-long pilot. We're very excited to be working with such a talented group of individuals and very excited to move on to the next stage. So thanks once again.
Thank you, Rob. We'll now hear from New Jersey Transit Chief Innovation Officer, Lukman Fasal.
Hey, thanks, Rob. Thanks, Rachel. So you'll see my background. It says NJT3 Digital Innovation. That campaign started last year. I come from Bell Labs, so R&D is in my blood. And what we realized that if you have to transform New Jersey Transit and introduce technology to leapfrog the organization, innovation is the key driver. So I'm happy to be part of this group. We are looking at innovation. We are looking at technologies that will transform the organization. One of the things that we have done at New Jersey Transit is created an innovation matrix. So what that helps us is, to scorecard companies which exist solely to solve a transit-specific problem. So companies such as yours. We are aware of about 200 such companies which do that. I'm sure that there are 900 others which we are not aware of. So that work is going to continue. The benefit of doing that work ahead of time and selecting and scorecarding, kind of like a magic quadrant, if you're familiar with that concept, or a Forrester Wave quadrant. That's exactly what we have created for transit. So happy to be part of that.
Thank you, Lukman. Next will be the New York City Department of Education's Senior Executive People Transportation, Sean Fitzpatrick.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. COVID-19 has presented a catalyst to align our people, processes, and technology, with data being the central glue connecting all three of those. This collaboration has really enabled us to quickly assess state-of-the-art technology for both short-term and long-term operational efficiencies in the midst of this pandemic. And we are very grateful to be part of this effort, giving us a unique opportunity to quickly view a myriad of solutions across a wide spectrum. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Natalia Quintero, the director of the Transit Tech Lab.
Thanks so much, Sean. Before we go into quick demos from each of the finalists, I would just like to echo and reiterate Rachel's point, which is to thank each of our partners from each of the transit agencies, in particular here, Sean, Lukman, Rob, and Mark Dowd, who really make this this program possible, and who we thank for their commitment to innovation and the program. So thank you so much for all the work that you do to make this possible. Going into the live demos, we will begin with Beyond, and just as a reminder, each company will have 2 minutes to do a quick overview of the company and to share a little bit about the impact that you might have. Manuel says from Beyond, who will be working with New York City Transit. You can kick off now.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Manuel Saez. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Beyond. My co-founder, Sebastian Moreno, he's our CTO. At Beyond, we are a subscription service for e-bikes and scooters. Now I'm going to go and do a quick demo of our 2 vehicles. We have a folding electric bike and a folding electric scooter. And then I'm going to come back and tell you a little bit more about how this works and our vision for the future. So this is our folding electric bike. It's rides like a full-size bike, but it quickly can turn in a very small package. So this idea to take it inside the office, ride to work, take it inside the office, or take it home, or do whatever you need to do. It has wheels, so you can roll it around. And that's how long it takes to fold and unfold. Seba's going to demo the scooter. So very quickly folds into 1 second. It has a wheel that you can roll it around. It also has a handle, so you can carry it upstairs or wherever you go. So the way our service works is our customers pay a monthly subscription, and they get to take one of their vehicles. These vehicles they take it home for whatever way you look at this. They keep this is their vehicle. They own it. But what we do is we service and maintain the vehicle all throughout its life. So if you have any issues, they call us. We go and swap the vehicle. We give them a new vehicle. We fix it. We do whatever it needs. So they always have a vehicle in top shape so they can ride whatever they need to do. We also provide a 24/7 number so they can call. And even we outfit the vehicles with a GPS lock, so in case it gets stolen, they can track it and find it. So in a way, if you look at this, is having all the benefits of owning one of these vehicles without the hassle of maintaining and servicing the vehicle. During the pandemic, we have been helping doctors and nurses get to work. And our goal now is to team up with the MTA and help get all New Yorkers back to work by providing a complement to public transportation. Thank you.
Thank you, Manuel. Next up, we have Casper Group, who will be working with New York City Transit, and Marissa Deslate will be presenting us.
Morning, everyone. I'm Marissa Deslate, Head of Marketing for the Casper Group. Let me get this slide started. Can everybody see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, good morning. Casper is an acronym, and it stands for Continuous Air and Surface Pathogen Reduction, and that's exactly what we do. Casper is a mask for your environment. It not only protects your surfaces, but also the air, and it does so in a manner that is continuous, safe, and effective. So Casper is an award-winning technology positioned to do business in the New York and New Jersey area. We offer several solutions with our advanced photocatholic oxidation process, which utilizes a high-intensity light source and a patent-pending metal alloy matrix. Casper translates ambient air in your environment into safe, low levels of oxidizing molecules, which are up to 99.96% effective against molds, bacteria, and viruses, including SARS-CoV-2, which is responsible for COVID-19. Our primary source of dispersing the molecules is by utilizing your existing HVAC. In there, we can distribute efficiently as they exit the duct, and through normal convection, they'll circulate this space, landing on all surfaces and treating both the air and surface continuously. Our Induct unit looks like the top two on the left and right. So this means if someone is ill and they enter your space, our Casper molecules are already in the air and they immediately go to work, significantly reducing the pathogen load. So this helps to protect against the spread of bacteria and viruses. And it's an active technology versus something that is more episodic and reactive and waiting for the day to be done and everything to be cleaned and disinfected again. It's just an added layer of protection with you all day. The Casper Pro Induct unit is what's being used in the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey for their PATH train. So that's the unit in the top left. And this comes in different sizes based on the amount of square footage or molecules we're trying to put out. For other transportations or areas without an easy access to the HVAC, we have our transit unit, which is in the bottom right, or our plug and play unit, which is in the bottom left, the Casper Compact. These units can be utilized in an office building or other environment as well, as the transit can obviously be used on public transportation. Casper has been proven effective in both the laboratory and different environmental settings at reducing air and surface pathogens by up to 99.96%. We've also partnered with HR departments to measure the reduction of employee absenteeism and have measured up to 42% reduction year over year. Our goal is not only to provide air and surface protection for you, but it's also peace of mind that you're protecting every single surface, every second of the day, and everywhere in your transportation or in your building or both. We're really excited to be a part of this program, and we just want to thank you, and we look forward to working with you all.
Thank you, Marissa. Up next, we have Cityswift, who is represented by Alan Farley, and Brian O'Rourke.
Sorry, thanks, Natalia. Hi, everybody. It's a pleasure to be with you all today. My name's Alan Farley. I'm the COO and co-founder of Cityswift. So first of all, what is Cityswift? Cityswift is a data engine that powers modern transit networks. We're currently a team of 35 people based in our headquarters in Galway, Ireland. And today we have over 8,500 buses live on our platform across the United Kingdom and Europe. So how does the platform help address the COVID-19 challenge? So I suppose the platform consists of 3 modules, all powered by the central data engine. Each has their own unique ability to have an impact with the COVID challenge. So firstly, we have Swift Connect that provides accurate and predictive capacity information to passengers. We have Swift Metrics that provides historical reporting and analysis at network, trip, and a massive scale across the entire MTA bus and subway network. And then we have Swift Schedule that provides optimization of timetables using artificial intelligence and machine learning, and has been proven to increase on-time performance by over 10% by all operators that have used it to date. But just in the interest of speed, I'm going to give you a demo of Swift Connect. So through cutting-edge data science, Cityswift platform, Swift Connect, has been able to accurately predict where passengers get off buses and get off subways ahead. What this allows us to do is provide accurate capacity information up to 2 weeks in advance. This can be provided through our own hosted app, web app, or also we've proven that we can integrate it into existing websites, transit apps, and even Google Maps. So I suppose why is this, and what is the potential impact that this can have? I suppose the impact it can have is it can retain people's faith in public transport. We've proven we can increase the safety of and have a proactive impact on social distancing, and ultimately the rest of the module has improved on-time performance and operational efficiency of the platforms. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have Jason Kang from Kinos. And just a quick reminder for us to stick to the 2 minutes as closely as possible for the remaining demos. Jason?
Let me just share my screen. Okay. Hey, everyone. My name is Jason Kang. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Kinos. We're a venture-backed company based right here in Brooklyn. And at Kinos, we create colorization solutions that empower people to improve outcomes. As part of this COVID-19 response challenge, our patented Highlight technology is being used to radically improve the process and technique of how we disinfect surfaces. We're addressing key pain points of training a large workforce, real-time quality control, and making riders feel safe. Here's how it works. Highlight is a color additive that's combined with disinfectants that are currently transparent, where it's easy to miss spots. By combining it with both liquid and wipe disinfectants, we provide real-time color visualization so you can see exactly where you've covered and ensure complete disinfection. After a few minutes, the color fades from blue to colorless. So it's as easy as saying, make sure everything is covered in blue. And once the color is gone, you're good to go. Our goal is to empower staff to disinfect with confidence every single time they use a disinfectant, and to provide riders with peace of mind when they take public transit through disinfection you can see. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Up next, we have Tyler Bowie from Normrack.
Good morning. My name is Tyler Bowie. I'm representing Normrack, who's a global leader for braking systems and other onboard systems for rail and commercial vehicles, tracing our roots North America back to the 1870s, employing more than 1,100 people in North America, including New York State. So I'm presenting our 3-stage air filtration and purification system. Our system is designed to be fit into an existing HVAC for filtration, irradiation, and ionization to improve passenger safety within rail cars and other vehicles. And it's been proven in laboratory to eliminate 99.99998% of COVID-19 and other viruses, bacteria, and pollutants. So we have our first units installed in Metro North M7 trains, which you may have seen in the MTA presentation at a press conference at 9:15. And additionally, we have Lear M7 units, which were installed onto the trains today. We have other units in design, including New York City and other transit authorities. The first stage of our system is focused on filtration. So it utilizes intense field dielectric, which is an electrostatic discharge technology that charges the air and then removes all particulates. So it's installed in place of the existing paper mesh filters and eliminates them with an efficiency based on our testing equivalent to HEPA with no negative impact to the HVAC performance. And additionally, these filters can be cleaned and don't have to be thrown away. The second stage of our treatment is where the recirculated air mixes with the fresh air using ultraviolet C irradiation. And this is fully enclosed within the HVAC system with a proven UVC that kills viruses and bacteria without any passenger exposure. Additionally, it provides maintenance benefit by cleaning the evaporator coil. The third stage is our disinfection system. So this is a dielectric barrier discharge, which is using bipolar ionization to purify the air and kill viruses, including reaching surfaces within the train. The one benefit of our overall system is that no ozone actually reaches the passenger compartment, so it's safe and it's proven effective. So again, using our system, we're able to eliminate 99.99998% of COVID-19 and other viruses safely in existing HVAC units with little modification. And this is going to enhance the safety for passengers, crew, and restore public perception of safety, as well as really bring that safety benefit to make public transportation safe for now and in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. Up next, we have Robert Hanser from Piper. Robert, I don't think we can hear you.
Thanks, Natalia. Apologies. Good morning, everyone. My name is Robert Hanser. I'm the CEO of Piper Networks, and we're honored to be a part of this program to develop our Stand Clear platform that encourages safe distancing among passengers. Piper has a well-developed relationship with the MTA. We've recently completed our third ultra-wideband signaling program in New York, most recently on the 7 line. Our technology powers the countdown clocks that you see on the B Division letter trains in New York. We've got a team of safety certified integrators who work shoulder to shoulder with the MOW teams, and we've recently opened offices in Long Island City. This photo that was taken in April of this year vividly captures the reason why we're passionate about this initiative. We want to help renew confidence in passengers returning to mass transit. But getting back to normal is going to require new approaches to data collection so that we can give passengers real-time information on passenger crowding and safe distancing. We've developed several technologies for capturing this data, including our latest generation solid-state LiDAR that captures passenger information without compromising PII or personally identifiable info or any facial recognition information. And during the pilot, we're going to demonstrate how we can move this data from the train to both mobile applications and our latest innovation, which are platform-based light pipes that direct passengers where to stand in order to board the approaching train cars that are least crowded. So we look forward to working with PATH and New Jersey Transit, and we thank the Transit Innovation Lab for this opportunity. And I'll give it back to you, Natalia.
Thank you, Robert. Up next, we have Sean Peterson from StrongArm. Sean, I don't believe we can hear you.
I apologize. We'll restart. Hello, everyone. I'm Sean Peterson. I'm founder and CEO of StrongArm Tech. And our goal is as a safety science company is to eliminate the $3 trillion that's spent in injuries every year. And what we're looking at today is really that impacts real people. And as we look at COVID, we refocus on what our essential workers are, what are the folks that are keeping us going. And we want to keep every industrial athlete proud, protected, and productive. And in this case, what are we doing to keep the workers that are the mechanics, the drivers, the folks that are in the depots keeping us up and running? We do that with wearable technologies, that sensor you saw that individual wearing in the last slide. And we drive real-time impact to help avoid social distancing challenges and follow contact tracing. We drive insights through our software that enables organizations to navigate around risk and increase operations with the safety of the industrial athlete in mind. The sensor is collecting all sorts of information. Most pertinently in this situation is social distancing. We know where everyone is and where they are at a time, so they can be safe. We drive insights and analytics that help us understand the best way to move operations forward. And we've done this at scale across countries all around the world. We're GDPR compliant, ISO certified, meaning we can anonymize the data and keep these individuals safe. Our sensors are capable of measuring where everyone is, understanding that when anyone comes within 6 feet of each other, they get a buzz. We record that buzz, we record the exposure around that individual, and we come up with exposure reports. If there's a person that is of concern, we can get back to patients here instantaneously. And our goal is to keep operations up and running through this entire pandemic at the safest means possible. We drive true ROI. We've had over 45,000 people on this platform. And our hope is to take our team that's based here in the Brooklyn Navy Yards to a place where we can help all organizations imagine their operations to be free of direct and indirect injury expense. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Sean. And last but not least, we have Colleen Costello from Vive. Colleen.
Thank you, Natalia. You guys can see my screen. Good morning. I'm Colleen Costello, the CEO and one of the co-founders of Vive. We provide a new class of antimicrobial light designed to protect people at all times when the lighting is being used. We are actually also a New York-based company. We were started by a team of RPI engineers, and a significant amount of our early stage development was actually funded through NYSERDA, as well as the New York State Empire State Development, as well as the governor's office. We focus on a particularly well-known problem of the constant lurking presence of germs that unfortunately can replicate in environments and that we are constantly touching, and of course is a challenge within the transit areas throughout the New York City area. What we've done in order to address this challenge is create a new class of antimicrobial light that is safe to be used around people. We're able to do that through continuous general illumination on the left-hand side that provides white light. And we're also able to do that through an enhanced antimicrobial mode simply by replacing the standard existing lighting within various environments. We're able to do this continuously because of our safety certifications through IEC that allow this technology to be used around the clock, around people at all times. We've worked in a significant amount of variety of industries, including starting in the healthcare environments, places like operating rooms, intensive care units, moving to professional athletics, pharmaceutical manufacturing, and into transit, for example, on aircrafts today, and looking at expanding into various transit systems throughout New York. We're able to do this through LED technology, which has the additional benefit of long life, sustainability, and being eco-friendly to the environment, where we design these proprietary spectrums that can go anywhere from overhead fixtures to products within aircrafts to behind elevator buttons. Anywhere you can really fit that LED on the left-hand side, you can utilize our technology. This means we have full overhead fixtures for transit applications that can be anywhere from public restrooms to on subways. We also have what we call as embedded products, where we embed our LEDs into various high touch challenge areas, which provide really a plethora of different applications. We've also tested this significantly over time, having significant reductions despite redeposition of organisms over time. And we see a variety of different places within transit where continuous protection through antimicrobial light can be utilized. And we also see this as something people can visibly see through lighting, which allows for that continued instilling of public confidence that they can see that these transit agencies have promoted their commitment to hygiene. And we really look forward to the program, and we're honored to participate this morning and throughout the pilot program. Thank you, Natalia.
Thank you, Colleen, and thank you everyone so much for your time and participation in the Transit Tech Lab. We're thrilled to partner with you to support the safe return of passengers to systems across the New York region. With that, I'll hand it over to Tim for Q&A.
Thanks so much, Natalia, and to all the panelists. Reporters who are interested in asking questions should use the hand-raising feature, on your screens. That way we'll know. And the first question is going to come from Clayton Gusa of the New York Daily News. Clayton, are you with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can.
Great. I have a question specifically about this Beyond company. From what I understand, City DOT is about to put out a RFP looking for an electric scooter subscription service for the city with specific parameters that haven't come out yet. So my first question is that are your plans to roll out that on an 8-week pilot legal? And then 2, is there any concern that it is going to cannibalize your bus ridership, which is already dwindling?
Hi, hey Clayton, this is Mark Dowd at MTA. First, we're in close coordination with the New York City DOT. We are working with them to make sure that, and they are our partners in the COVID challenge that we're doing. So they're aware of what we're doing. We're going to be compliant with New York City requirements. And the proof of concept, again, it's just a proof of concept. We'll start, I think, at the end of November, consistent with the timeline that you'll see with New York City DOT. Second piece, there is a difficulty we have right now in New York City and across the country with transit. And transit currently is under pressure from the disease and from the impacts it has on where people are working and how they're moving. So we have to be innovative. We have to be thoughtful, and we have to try to figure out new ways to connect with our customers. This is not going to impact. In fact, I think it's going to bring customers back into the system because of the fact that with Beyond, you take the vehicle that they're on and take it onto the subway, onto the bus, in the mobile way. So again, there's a proof of concept. The idea of a proof of concept is we have an idea of what we want to do with Beyond, and we're going to test it out. We're going to see if it works. We're going to see if you can bring it on the bus, see if it does work well for customers. And that's the whole idea with every one of these companies that are here, is that they have an idea. We're going to prove out their concept. If the concept proves out, we may take it to the next level and do a pilot. So I think it's important to understand the terminology and the place that they're going to fit in. So we actually think it's going to help bring ridership back, not hurt our ridership. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Clayton, any follow on that?
No, that's it. Thanks, Tim.
Very good. All right. Any other reporters have an interest in asking a question of the panel? Again, we're looking for you to use the hand-raising device, just so that we know to bring you into the conversation. Anybody else? All right, going once. Going twice. Well, that is the hallmark, Natalia, of a successful presentation. Your panel here has answered all the questions. And with that, we throw it back to you for closing remarks.
Thank you, Tim. Just, really quickly, the last thing that I'll say is that it's a really fantastic opportunity, I think, for all of us to benefit from, innovative technologies and what they bring to public transit. And it really would not be possible without the deep collaboration that we see across transit agencies, within transit agencies, and really is possible because of the innovation and talent that is, within the Department of Transportation, the Port Authority, the MTA, New Jersey Transit, and all of the agencies that are participating. So we really thank all of you and the companies for being along for the ride, and we look forward to a productive proof of concept. Thank you.